There was a time when making a simple phone call across parts of Africa could be far more difficult than most people outside the continent ever imagined. In many places, reliable telecommunications infrastructure was limited. Businesses struggled to communicate. Families separated by distance had fewer ways to stay connected. And for the international telecommunications industry, much of Africa appeared to be a difficult market, too complicated, too risky, too uncertain. But one telecommunications engineer looked at the same continent and saw something completely different. He saw millions of people who needed to communicate. He saw businesses that needed better connections. And most importantly, he saw an opportunity that he believed others were overlooking. His name was Mo Ibrahim. By the late 1990s, Ibrahim had already spent years working in telecommunications. He understood the technology, he understood the industry, and he had already built a successful telecommunications company. But instead of simply continuing along the path he had already established, Ibrahim decided to take a much bigger risk. He wanted to build a mobile telecommunications business across Africa. At the time, that idea was anything but obvious. The continent presented enormous challenges. There were different governments, different regulations, different currencies, difficult infrastructure, and markets that many international investors considered uncertain. But Ibrahim believed the biggest problem was also the biggest opportunity. Africa needed to be connected. In 1998, Ibrahim launched what would become Celtel, and Mo Ibrahim was willing to find out what happened next would transform a small African telecommunications venture into a company worth billions of dollars. I don't know why you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification button for the love of Africa. But before we get to that extraordinary outcome, we need to go back to the beginning, because the story of Celtel didn't start with billions. It started with an engineer from Sudan who had spent years learning how telecommunications worked and who eventually decided that one of Africa's biggest problems might also be one of its greatest opportunities. This is the story of Mo Ibrahim, and this is Africa Unveiled.